Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and children of all ages, just like the Home Run Derby, we are back for another episode of Next Play Sports. You got your boy Sid, you got your boy Nolan, and you got your boy Timo. So let's sit back, relax, grab a drink and a snack, because here we go. It took me. Okay, so here's what happens.
It's two episodes in a row.
Yeah, I forgot myself, but I'm just a selfish guy.
You're not. You have to leave now. I'll kick you out. Hold on, give me a
selfish guy.
Anyways, so what it is I get so fixated on making sure I get this right, like this now, that I forget what comes next.
Left is right, right is left.
Yeah.
So I would like to clarify, because the first time it happened, I was like, it happens.
We knew.
No, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else.
When we weren't on camera, this was no issue. It was just like bang, we get them rolling.
Yeah,
like
boom, boom, boom. I mean, we were in the same room as well. But no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about something else, Nolan. So somebody approached me about my setting whenever I introduced them to the podcast, and he said something about it, and I was like, I mean, I guess it could kind of, blase. But then a second person asked me the same exact question. So I'm going to clarify. I am not in a bathroom. That is a cabinet.
Curtains.
There is computers and a PlayStation over there.
I thought you had shower curtains over there.
Yes. Two different people have asked me, "Are you recording in your bathroom?"
Sid's actually recording off the toilet right now. Like
yeah, like I've had two different people ask me that exact same question. So I wanted to clarify. No, I'm not in a bathroom.
All right. So the first thing we're getting into. So tonight's the Home Run Derby.
The Derby.
Yeah, tonight's Home Run Derby.
Yeah, Luis
we just had the MLB draft
for the win.
The MLB draft was fire. This was a great class.
Shout out Walker Jenkins.
That's what I've been told.
Right down the road.
Shout out Walker.
And Kyle Teal, is that his name? Nolan?
Kyle Teal. Yep.
Fuck Kyle Teal.
The greatest catcher I've ever seen in my life.
Nolan, where did Kyle Teal play college ball at?
Where did he play college at? I have no fucking idea.
He played at Virginia.
This is the guy that called me casual for not watching Rangers games.
Was it Virginia? That's solid.
He played at Virginia, but anyways.
At least I know where Wyatt Langford went to school.
I said you're lame.
Dang right he did. He just hit the farthest home run in college World Series history.
I know where my draft prospect went to school at. So,
I'd never heard of Kyle Teal until Timo said his name in the group chat. So,
no, I've been doing some homework. I didn't think he'd be
you know how hard it is to care. You know how hard it is to care about the MLB draft. You know how hard it is to care about it, because we're not going to see these guys or probably hear from them for 3 years.
So hold on. First of all, the MLB draft, you got to think about it.
It's hard for me to care.
I cannot agree.
It's a bad take. It's a bad take, Nolan. The MLB draft has done nothing since 2009 and got bigger. You got to think the MLB draft in 2009 started out in the little MLB studio that they had, where 3 guys may come up, and it never got national coverage. The MLB draft was on ESPN this year. Tell me you've ever seen it on ESPN. It's always been on MLB Network. Yeah. You've never been able to watch it on ESPN. They also now have this looks like the NFL draft. Of course, there's less players there because a lot of players choose to stay home because a lot of players don't even have their GEDs yet. So,
yeah. You mean diplomas?
Those.
Half the draft so far.
I mean,
it's a lot of high school players.
Randy Rosarena is just ripping singles right now. That's what the people came for. But
yeah, he was a dark horse candidate if I've ever seen one.
I didn't think Randy would have been on.
But, yeah.
But anyways. Yeah, the MLB draft has done nothing but grown. And this was apparently the best.
Nolan's frozen.
This was apparently the best class since 05. As far as the
Nolan was frozen on my screen.
All right.
But getting into the home run derby.
You said, wait, this is the best class since 05?
Yeah, MLB draft class.
I don't agree with that.
It's that's what the experts say.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Sid, how much were you deep diving into the MLB draft?
I mean, Hunter Green's draft class was pretty fucking loaded.
Hunter Green was Hunter Green.
I said his draft class.
Yeah. Who else was in that draft class?
I just remember the draft class being loaded.
Sure.
What year was it?
2019.
This is my point. What
do you mean? This is your point?
It's hard to care about the draft because you're not going to hear from these guys for years, and you problem if they don't become.
Yeah, still a terrible point, kid.
No, no.
You can't name me 10 people from the last 5 draft classes.
2017.
Randy hit 10 bombs.
Like other than the first like 2 picks
minutes?
from each rank.
3 minutes, right? 3 minutes. Not great. Your boy's up next.
How many did?
Adolis. He has to beat 10. He better hit 10.
Wow. Yeah, Adolis.
I picked him.
Adolis.
I had each of my picks in the draft for the first round. So anyways. So you have Randy versus Adolis Garcia. I'm getting into
Hunter Green, Mackenzie Gore.
I mean, let's not act like McKenzie's been
Keaston Hura, Joe Adele.
McKenzie's not growing great.
Shane Baz, Trevor
Joe
Rogers.
Adele fell off.
Evan White.
Who's Evan White, Sid?
Tanner Hawk.
Okay, great pick.
Bubba Thompson. Jeter Downs. No, he's a center fielder in our.
I'm messing, dude. Jeter Downs was.
Spencer Howard.
Terrible.
Gavin Sheets.
You're naming me 7-Eleven workers right now, dude.
Yeah, you're like that's more to my point.
No, it's just a bad class.
No, your point is invalid.
You can't prove my point wrong. You've literally done nothing but prove my point this whole time.
There is no point. No,
oh, y'all both don't find
you.
We're
you
6 minutes.
It's not it's not entertaining to watch.
We're 6 minutes into this pod,
for 3 years,
and you guys have done nothing but make me look like the smartest guy here. Oh, Adolis has hit 12 in 2 minutes. He's fine.
I mean, Sid, you did say there was a loaded draft class, and then you name a bunch of mid players and like
you didn't tell me one all-star.
2 good players and like the rest of mid.
You didn't tell me one all-star.
I mean, a lot of those guys are still prospects.
Anyway.
Nolan, that's not a good point. That's not a good point. Like
you've done nothing. But
there's still hype around the draft class. There's still hype around these guys being drafted. Like regardless of whether or not we see them in the majors for 3 or 4 years.
Aside from the LU boys, like
it's a terrible take.
Dude, they're not gonna. You can't disprove it.
It's a terrible take. It's a terrible take.
You can't disprove it.
Then signing 16-year-olds out of the Dominican Republic isn't fucking exciting because we're not going to see them until they're 20.
How am I supposed to get excited?
Let's just say to hell.
Let's wait 4 years to even see the product.
Okay, so let's just say to hell with International Signing Day. Fuck it. It doesn't matter.
Okay. I think my point disproved.
The Ellie De La Cruzes, the O'Neal Cruzes, like those guys come off International Signing Day. So should we not cover International Signing Day? Should we not cover International Signing Day?
That has nothing to do with the MLB draft.
How?
It's completely different.
It is players getting MLB contracts. It is players getting pro contracts to not play in the league for 4 or 5 years.
It's a completely different player acquisition.
Hey guys.
Yes.
I just think if you want to disprove Nolan's point, all you got to do is, like I said, in 2009 they started out in a small studio with 3 players there, and it barely got any coverage.
You want me to give them props for having a green room?
Hold on.
Like what?
No, this year they're on a way bigger stage. You're on a national broadcast. You have ESPN. You also have MLB Network also breaking it down. There's ESPN. I'm just saying it's growing and it's bigger and better. And I mean, that's because there's more hype, and that's a big credit to college baseball becoming more popular. That's a big credit to Twitter covering more college baseball. So,
like Timo, like you understand the chance of what we never hear about Kyle Till ever again is like 70%, right?
No, that's just not true.
That is true.
You took a kid at 14, you think we're never going to hear from him again.
Unless he does good, but he's like the chances of him being bad are like 70%.
Okay, so Sid right now. He's never going to hear from Jack Leiter. They took him number 2. He's doing bad. He's doing bad right now in AA.
Yeah,
but they're just never going to hear from Jack Leiter.
And that's Jesus Christ. That's one went 14, one went 2 with the second overall pick in the draft class.
I mean,
Jesus Christ, why do we
talk about what hundreds of picks in the MLB draft?
No, more than hundreds. There's like multiple. There's
110 on the first day. There's 110 on the first day.
Yeah, so we're talking about hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of picks.
These kids are never going to sniff the MLB.
If the 14th overall pick has a 70% chance of never being talked about again, then the problem is not with the draft; it's with baseball.
With baseball, yeah, baseball. Kids are terrible nowadays.
These kids suck.
I'm about to go play for the Wood Ducks and like work my way up.
You probably could, bro. They're terrible.
Or they're leaving town.
All love. Terrible.
Oh, Randy ended up with 24 in the bonus round. So Dulles has to hit like 5 or 6. Anyways. I'll just give our picks because I don't know if everybody cares about the field and the results will be out by the end of this, but just to get them on air. Sid took the Luis Robert. Nolan took the Polar Bear, Pete Alonso. I took the hometown kid.
Casual pick.
I took J-Rod.
Lame pick. He's literally built to win the literally built to win.
I mean, this is his Super Bowl. Pete Alonso was the odds-on favorite. But
he is. Matter of fact, let's talk. Okay, actually, no, I'll save it for buy, sell, Walpole. I'll save it.
Okay. Let's get into the NBA tournament. What's our thoughts on the NBA tournament and the fields it got broken down to? I don't know if we got to talk about the fields it got broken down into, but just like our overall thoughts on the NBA.
It's almost the divisions. At least we still play the Wizards, the Magic. There's like we play a lot of teams in our division. There's 3 Southwest teams.
Ours is loaded.
There's 3 Southwest teams in one division.
Rockets,
Mavs, and someone else.
It's the Suns are in there. The
Lakers.
Hold on. Is it Suns, Lakers, Clippers,
no,
Kings,
not Clippers, not Clippers,
and Warriors?
Clippers.
Okay,
No, it
so
ain't the division.
It's very close though. Like I don't know
because we're in that division.
It's still showing my face right now.
LA. Yeah.
You're in the West, Nolan.
What?
You're in a division with Phoenix and LA.
Yeah, I'm talking about for the group.
That's what I'm saying. The group is split. No, the group is split East and West.
You know shit. I'm saying.
So how are the Grizzlies?
What are you trying to get at here?
Did you not just say that we are in the same division as the Suns?
No, I said we're in the same group for the tournament. You dumbass.
Is the groups for the tournament not split East West and then 5 teams in each group?
Yes.
They're taking the best that comes out of each group.
Yes.
All right,
the Grizzlies are in the group
here it is.
Phoenix and LA.
Memphis, Phoenix, Lakers, Utah, and Portland.
Like what were you
Oh, I forget y'all are in the Western Conference. Even though y'all are in
Group B. Group B is the Denver, the Clippers, Pelicans, Mavs, and Houston.
Yeah. That is 3 Southwest teams in one group.
The Kings, Golden State, Minnesota, OKC, and San Antonio. Basically, they just put that for Golden State on a platter.
No.
Well, who's coming out of that one?
OKC or Sacramento, especially next year. Chet's back.
I can see it.
It could be Sacramento, but not. I don't know about OKC.
Why not?
I mean, they're still young.
They're still really young.
I think I don't know. It depends on how Chet plays.
I mean, if Chet comes out and it is the prospect that he was supposed to be, then sure.
And then if you want to get into the Eastern groups, you got Philly, Cleveland, Atlanta, Indiana, and Detroit. That's the 76ers on a platter. That's a terrible group.
So
Group B, Milwaukee, New York, Miami, Washington, and Charlotte.
So before, I haven't looked into the details of it, but...
And just let me read the last group. Group C, Boston, Brooklyn, Toronto, Chicago, Orlando.
I mean, Boston is going to wipe the floor with that group.
Yeah, that's a terrible group.
So my thing with this thing is, so from the outside looking in, from a loose understanding, there is no incentive.
It's a cup. You get a cup.
You get a cup.
It's basically what they do in soccer.
Well, the games matter.
The midseason cup.
Regular season record.
What's going to happen is you're going to get into this midseason cup, and like
but
Lakers guys like
sense,
Max Christie, Jalen Hood-Schifino, they're going to be out there playing because the vets are going to use it as rest.
When is it supposed to be played?
Yes, so you use the games throughout. You use the games throughout the regular season to determine the group winner.
What?
Yeah.
So okay. So what happens if you win your group?
Then you're going to move on into a field.
That's not what
the winners of the group will play each other, and then East versus West.
What I read is that they play each other between November 3rd and November 28th every Tuesday and Thursday or Tuesday and Friday or something.
Yeah, it'll be regular season games. These ain't like outside of the 82 game schedule. It's regular season games.
Okay, so they're just changing the scheduling to fit.
Nolan, did you think they're playing 150 games this season?
No. I thought they were just gonna. I thought they were just gonna add that in the middle of the season, and those would They'd still count toward regular season, but it would just be a different set of games. It wouldn't.
No one said that the NBA was looking at the MLB and said, "You know what? More games."
No, that's not what I meant. But okay, so they're just changing the scheduling. Like they're basically still just playing regular season games.
Yeah, the games will just count for the tournament.
Okay, but they're scheduling them different because they're going to be like, oh, you have to play these teams twice in 25 days.
Basically.
Okay.
All right. So what's your are y'all like for this, against it?
I don't know, man. I don't know because what's the incentive other than
it's a trophy? I think there needs to be added incentive to it. Like either players get paid more, give the players
I don't know,
like $1 million a piece or something.
That's what I'm saying. Like if there's no incentive, why even do it? I figured when they were talking about it, I figured it was going to be incentive based. Like it's like, oh, we're going to have this midseason tournament, have a little more, excitement and take games a little more serious.
Shout out Hayden, but he said give the winner of it the first pick of the second round.
That's not a bad idea.
He said that and $1 million a piece. So that's kind of where I got the $1 million a piece from. But I mean, I like the idea of first pick of the second round.
Yeah.
They're already basically getting that much money. So beyond winning the NBA Cup, players on teams that reach the quarterfinals and beyond will receive additional financial compensation. $500,000 for each player on the championship team, $200,000 on the runner-up, and $100,000 for each player on the losing semifinals, and $50,000 for the team that loses the quarterfinals.
I mean, that's not bad.
Okay.
It'll be great for the younger guys who are on like the rookie deals.
Yeah. So the only real big difference,
money he made 10 years ago, doubled it.
The only real big difference is that some people in the tournament will only play 40 home games in a season, and other teams in the tournament will play 42 home games in a season instead of 41.
What, just like the championship being played somewhere?
Well, no, just if you get eliminated in the first round, then you're only going to end up playing 40 home games in a season instead of 41.
Dang, Randy beat Adolis.
See why I didn't pick him. But
Adolis is built like a linebacker.
He is. That's a big dude.
He's fucking huge.
Okay. So what's your take on it, Sid? Because what's your take on it?
Take on what? NBA midseason tournament?
I want to see it happen before I can give my opinion. Like I don't know what to expect, so I just want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, it's going to be played in December, so like it's not really a mid-season tournament. Like they don't really start playing regular season games till near the end of October. So they're going to play.
It's at the end of the season. It is during middle of the season.
No, like
it's November. It's in November.
The tournament ends in the middle of the season.
It's a mid-season.
The round robin is all through November, and then the semi-quarter and finals are played in the first week of December.
Yeah.
So each team's only gonna. I don't know. Like I
want to see it before I just write it off. We should have done the same when we were getting our opinions on.
That's what I'm saying. Like our players gonna like go out there and play harder. Give it like 150%.
I think it's going to be.
They're paying for an extra $500,000. So yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but like, what is 500? What is $500,000 on LeBron James?
That's what I was saying. I think it's going to be more so like when you get to the actual tournament.
What's $500,000 to Duncan Robinson?
Like, I bet there's going to be. I don't know. I bet like one of the
when you get into taxes and everything is.
I bet one of the smaller market teams. No, because 500 G's is not shit to LeBron or any Supermax player.
Well, yeah, but I don't know if the majority of the NBA ain't on Supermaxes.
But that's my point. I think that the in-season tournament is going to be won by a bunch of random smaller market teams.
It's still regular season games that you're winning, so they would have to win those regular season games for it to count.
But that's my point. They're going to care more. But that ends in December, because then they go to Vegas for there's an actual tournament where it's played in Vegas.
That's the thing. I think I think when it gets to the tournament play, once you get there, that's when regular season games are going to be played like regular season games. But when you get to the tournament that's going to be in Vegas from the group winners, that's where I think you're going to see your younger guys playing out there, because I don't know if the Lakers would risk LeBron getting hurt in a Vegas mid-season tournament.
Regular season games.
The championship.
Are those counting on the record, or is it just a mid-season tournament?
Yes, that's why some teams will only have 40 home games and others will have 42.
The championship doesn't matter though, which is weird.
Well, I don't know. Like I said, I want to see it before I say anything.
I don't know, man. I feel like they're just trying to do like the European soccer shit, which I don't understand the point in calling it a mid-season tournament if it's only a month and a half into the season. So at most teams will have, I guess you're going to be playing the end of the mid-season tournament before the halfway mark of the season. Even I don't know. I don't see the point. I guess I get the cash grab, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Maybe it's trying to get some players to care more at the first half of the season or to try harder to keep fan retention. But at the same time, I don't know. So
next on our list of topics, the Damian Lillard, just update on drama. I don't know if last week when we talked about it,
the biggest update
if the Blazers still hated, I don't know if it came out that they hated Hero at the time we talked about it. I think it was just
they still don't like him.
Oh, I know.
But so the latest reports that I've been reading through my Twitter are there are anywhere between 5 and 7 teams interested in making the Damian Lillard to Miami trade work, like being the third team. There's anywhere between 5 and 7 teams interested. And
is there any names on those teams?
No, and both the Heat and the Trailblazers understand that this ends one way with Dame to Miami. And
people are victimizing Dame for. People are victimizing.
He was getting clowned on Twitter 3 weeks ago for
just wanting it to be Miami.
No, he was getting clowned on Twitter 3 weeks ago for not running away from the grind. Like, oh, I'm not running away from the grind. Like, people were clowning him for being corny, and now they're like, it's the internet, bro. This shit is annoying.
No, here's my thing. We wanted for so long.
It's the same people that called Wemby a bust after his first Summer League game, and then it's the exact same people that are calling him a superstar after his second Summer League game. Like, it's just casual NBA Twitter. It's fucking, it's cancer. It's literal cancer.
That's why we got to go to Threads, people.
No.
I'm on Threads. Follow me on Threads.
Are you? But anyways. I haven't even looked into it.
Threads is pretty cool. But
is it worth it?
Somebody out of here's got to make it big on Threads. I'm the guy.
Or how about you create an NPS account on Threads? How about that? And then you run that one.
Yeah.
So Twitter's all you gotta do is connect our Instagram. Big Zuck made it pretty easy.
But I guess that's as far as we want to talk about the Dame stuff.
Well, so my thing is, I wanted to talk about. So basically, like you said, how people are talking about him running from the grind. We wanted for years for Portland to get him like legit help in Portland, just like in the early 2000s, people wanted LeBron to find them to get help for LeBron, and so Dame at this point has been like doing because for a while people wanted Dame to request a trade, get out of there, wanting to get out of Portland, and now that he's finally doing it,
they're bitching at him.
I don't know if it's more people. Like, I think it's people just joking around when they talk about running from the grind. Like, I can't.
I do those people because I've seen a lot of memes where it's like, I can't believe he's running from the grind. Like, it's like, really?
Like, I can't. I truly, honestly and truly, I really can't take none of these dudes serious. Like, none of the internet dudes. Like, shit. Like, especially like this whole Wemby shit. Like, I can already tell I'm gonna get so tired of seeing that dude's name in my Twitter feed.
Oh, it's gonna be everywhere.
And it I don't know. And I love Wemby. Like, I love the idea of a guy that's quite possibly generational and 7'5" basically, and can shoot the leather off of it if you really honed it in. Probably not at the NBA level, but like I don't know.
Adley Rutschman's putting on a show.
Damn it! I almost picked him. I almost picked him too. Fuck.
You went with the safe pick.
He is playing Robert, Sid.
Okay. Luis Robert is electric.
He is electric.
Did you want to talk about the Shohei stuff? Or did you
I almost forgot about that. So if you guys, sorry we're bouncing back to baseball, people. I know you thought you made it past it, you didn't. But
you thought you survived, but no.
So if you were in the Angels' position, I'm not asking for what you would want for Shohei, because obviously that's going to be a package we've never seen before.
And so
if you're the Angels, would you? It's more so, would you trade Shohei if you're the Angels?
So here's my thing, and for the non-baseball people, imagine if Deion Sanders played both sides of the ball every season for his entire career. This is who we're talking about in a Shohei Ohtani. That's what he does for baseball. Basically.
I mean, you're living under a rock if you don't know the name Shohei Ohtani at this point.
Well, the name and understanding
who
value,
Shohei is,
or understanding what Shohei is like it's different. It's like people that don't know basketball know Kobe Bryant.
It's like what Deion Sanders did when he would play wide receiver
but every day, every game, 17 games.
Except and to a 10th degree on both sides of the ball.
But except for actually, let's put it like this: he would have been the same level receiver as he was corner.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Every game, every season.
Yeah. Every at bat.
So, like when we talk,
do you like David Ortiz? Do you like Prime Felix Hernandez? They're the same person.
If I'm the Angels, right?
What do you do, Sid? You're the GM of the Angels. Trade deadline's coming up. What are we doing?
I honestly feel like you actually bring in Ohtani and Trout, and you sit down and you talk to them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know how out of protocol that is, but I feel like you have to bring Trout and Ohtani into the same room and be like, what do we need to do to get both of you to stay? Outside of money, outside of contracts, what do we do to get both of you to
Trout's
stay?
locked up.
Yeah, Trout's not going.
I know, but like Trout has got to be in the room.
Yeah,
you don't make that kind of decision without the Trout's approval or disapproval, in my opinion.
But I don't know if Trout should have the say so in what Shohei wants to do, because no.
I'm not saying what Shohei wants to do. I'm saying bringing Trout into the room, bringing Shohei into the room. What do we need to do as an organization to keep you on our roster? And at least have Trout in earshot.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. Like
I would trade Trout too.
If you trade Shohei, trade Trout. I don't think it's up for debate.
Yeah,
you can get the biggest haul we've ever seen all time. You can.
I don't think any team can pay that at one trade. I don't think anybody can do that.
What you would do to whoever you're trading for, it would. I mean, they basically own your AA team or AAA.
Yeah.
Well, wherever you got your top prospects stored,
here's the
likely AA.
Adley Rutschman switch sides of the plate. Holy shit!
Here's the Right Star Stadium.
Yeah. You're gonna have to give us 5%.
We want market shares.
Yeah, and I mean, I think if I was sitting there and I was the Angels and I'm looking at it. The Angels got a couple young guys, right? But their farm isn't nothing that was like turning heads.
Truly, if I'm the Angels and like bringing Ohtani and Trout into a room together is out of the question, I'm trading them both. Rendon.
I think that's my answer. Is you trade both and you get the biggest haul, and you could have superstars. I ain't saying you're gonna. I mean,
because I don't see the purpose in trading the younger, more valuable.
Because if you're the Angels, that contract you're going to have to offer Shohei. Because here's my thing. If you know you're not going to be able to keep the guy, which it don't look like the Angels are going to be able to, then you trade him. Because unless you know, the only reason, if Shohei makes it past this trade deadline, I fully expect, or it needs to happen, or it's a loss on the Angels' part. If Shohei makes it past this trade deadline and he's still an Angel, he better get a contract that is 10 years over $600 million. That contract's going to start with a 6.
Like, hey, if I'm gonna be stuck here, I'm gonna be making bank. Like,
no, but if you're the Angels, you kept me here. You could have got a generational haul if you're the Angels.
Yeah,
and
could have put. Yeah. You also got to look at where the Angels are right now.
I don't think you have to look at it like that, especially if you're the Angels. I think if you're the Angels,
no, I'm just saying it's stupid if you let him go at the end of the season for nothing, compared to you could have traded me
like a certain team with their star players.
Like, I don't understand how the difference between the Angels and the Dodgers is so vast. Like, the Dodgers have so much appeal to bring players into play for them, and the Angels just don't. Even though if you sign up to play for the Angels, you're signing up to play with 2 top 3 players in baseball.
Yeah.
Who are arguably 1 and 2, at worst 1 and 3.
Yeah, who are arguably going to be 1 and 2 all time, like the 2 greatest baseball players of all time.
I'm off the Trout could be the GOAT thing. I'm not on that.
He's too injured. He can't. He's too injured.
No, he won't never be able to pass Barry Bonds.
He's what, 31, 32? You tell me if he doesn't have 8 healthy seasons at his prior level that we can't. I mean,
not
obviously
with his injury.
Speed. He's not going to have the speed.
I don't see a world where he can pass Barry Bonds, in my opinion, at this point. Now, Shohei, sure. Shohei might have to only give me like 4 more years of this for me to be like, yeah.
Yeah, that's understandable. But like Trout's way too injury prone. He's going to slow down a lot quicker because of the injuries he has had and what he's going to have. It's not possible anymore.
Shohei is what non-baseball fans who just talk about who the GOAT of baseball is think Babe Ruth was.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's put it out there. If you put Babe Ruth in today's game, he wouldn't.
He's terrible.
He wouldn't last but a few hours.
Babe Ruth is terrible.
I don't think Babe Ruth could play baseball.
Babe Ruth can play single A ball.
I don't think Babe Ruth could play baseball against the best high school against the best high school team in the country.
Babe Ruth wouldn't have made the cuts that he's doing.
I mean, let's truly be honest here. Like, I mean, Babe Ruth might have ran a 9 flat 60.
That's giving him some.
You know what I just heard out of you? I'm as good as Babe Ruth, and I appreciate that.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, back to the Angels. We also got to look at where they're at in the standings. They're 1 game under. Who? Babe Ruth?
Yeah, terrible person.
Oh, they all were. But they're 45 and 46, but they just lost 9 out of 10. Talk about the Angels, buddy. Don't start that. But I mean, they've lost 9 of their last 10 to go 1 game under 500. They are 7 games back of the division. How back are they of the wild card? They're 5 games back of the wild card.
Luis Robert hit a ball 470 feet just now.
He's got 3. You got all 4 teams not named the Rays in the AL East.
This is easy power
in front of them.
I'm sorry.
I don't know, man. Like I would trade Ohtani just if
they're not at least 5 games over by the trade deadline. They're not at least 5 games over.
What are they right now, as it sits?
They're 1 under with 2-3 weeks.
And Trout's hurt.
But I would trade Ohtani and Trout.
Yeah, you trade. I don't think you can't trade them together, but you can get 2 of the biggest deals in history.
Agreed. Of course, I would be like if it came out trade
Anthony
Red Sox
trade
after Mike Trout, I'd be scared to death. I do not want Mike Trout to be in Fenway Park.
I mean, for that money and his.
If Mike Trout ever leaves the Angels, he's definitely going to the Yankees. And I hate to even say that, but
he could be a Philly. He's a big Philadelphia guy.
Yeah.
He's from
there. Luis Robert just mashed 27 bombs to Matt Bradley.
He's from Jersey, but okay.
He's a big Philly guy. He's at all the Eagles games.
Yeah.
Because he's from Philly.
He's from New Jersey.
He's from New Jersey? Oh, shit.
Yes. Oops. He's probably near the Philadelphia side of New Jersey.
He's also a big Eagles fan.
All right. Yeah. So, thing we're wanting to do.
That'd be cool. We get to see the 2 players who like.
You wanted to get into buy sell Wolpow first? Or you want to get into the other?
We can do buy sell Wolpow. We can do buy sell Wolpow.
All right.
I have a buy. I don't have a Wolpow.
I think I have a buy, and then I kind of have a little curveball. that we're going to tie into it.
All right. So
This is my craziest one yet.
My buy is Played Again Sports. Played Again Sports, I haven't gone in a while. Like, it's been a while since I touched Played Again Sports. I went today. Man, if you're just trying to start to get into a sport, go to Played Again Sports.
Mm-hmm.
There's no reason for you to get the top notch, especially as me, as a golfer here. I mean, I've been into golf. But if you guys ever want to get into golf, go to Played Again Sports. I got 10 golf balls today. It cost me $4. That's really good. It was 40 cents a golf ball. I got a 4 hybrid, and I've been recently playing some slow pitch softball. I got me a face mask because I'm tired of trembling in my boots every time a lefty comes up there. Because it's not like, okay, so like I understand that there's more righties than lefties, but y'all don't understand the size of these lefties that are stepping up to the plate. Yeah, like the big
countries, the big countries.
I mean, I'm standing on the grass back there, and I'm telling my pitcher like, "Hey, ball hit this side. You got to get over there because I'm not catching."
They're walking up to Blake Shelton, guaranteed.
It's crazy, but I got all that. Cost me, like I said, I got a golf club, 10 golf balls, and a not even used face mask. $100.
Ain't bad at all.
No. So I'm buying Played Again Sports.
Nolan, anything?
I do not. I'm trying to think of one maybe off the top of my head.
Don't fucking force it. It takes away from a bit.
I'm not forcing it.
And I haven't watched a full episode of this podcast, but I've seen like clips everywhere. I'm buying Jeff Teague's podcast because the clips that come out of that are fucking hilarious, and I would have never expected Jeff Teague to be a entertainer.
Are you talking about where he said at a WNBA game you can like?
I mean, that's the one I was going to point out specifically, but like there's been clips. There's been So Jeff Teague said that at a WNBA game you could have a conversation across the court because of how quiet it is in there.
It's never the star players that are great, like the podcasters.
Oh yeah.
I mean, shout out to the Kelsey brothers. Shout out to the Kelsey brothers. They're killing it. But
that's also a different sport.
Well, yeah, but I was talking about in general, like superstars usually don't kill it. But
so here's my curveball. If y'all are done with y'all's buy, so well, pals.
Mm-hmm.
So say you go to sleep tonight, right? And then God appears before you in your sleep, and He says you can wake up as one of these individuals. Are you picking Jalen Green or Adam 22?
Jalen Green.
Yeah, Jalen Green, dude.
Jalen Green. Oh,
nobody.
I wouldn't want to be Adam 22 if. Oh my God. Oh my.
First of all, why would my loving God? Why would my loving God?
All right. Look. It had to be high stakes.
Well, I mean, you didn't have to bring God into this.
I apologize.
He's just in a silly, goofy mood, dude.
I just had to.
I mean, Adam 22 is.
You're a cuck. Like,
but if he did, Timo, would you question him?
Huh? Would I question God? No, but he wouldn't. He would not do that to me.
Oh my God, man! I just wanted to be dramatic and high stake.
Okay. But yeah, I'll take the young millionaire with.
Well, Adam 22 is also a millionaire,
but he's also a cuck. So,
but Jalen Green's gonna have some consistent money flow here. I mean, I know that. I don't know.
Did y'all see what Jason Love said to him?
Plus, I'm like way younger if I'm Jalen Green. I have crazy athletic ability. Yeah. I could dunk a basketball.
Just want to see y'all's thoughts on it.
Moving on.
I could have been a top 5 draft pick. Jalen Green.
I thought you meant real life.
No. I mean, according to Nolan with MLB draft, I could have went top 5 easy.
Okay. I'm also buying Joey Chestnut. He is the greatest athlete of all time.
Yep. Greatest athlete.
Dude,
he's one of the greatest Americans of all time.
He came out of the tunnel and said, if they cancel this thing, I'm getting the guys together and we're doing this damn thing. because
Joey
at
Chestnut-
the hot dog eating contest almost got rained out.
Joey Chestnut shows up to the 4th of July like Larry Bird showed up through the 3-point contest.
Who's
and
coming
just
in?
So who's
asked,
coming in second?
Who's coming in
so
second?
who's coming in second?
He ate 64 hot dogs in 10 minutes.
It's not even
The
a
over
record.
under.
Not
Did
even-
you see
not
what the
even close to
lines
the
were
record.
set at? The line was
No.
set at 80.
Well,
Yeah.
because his record is
Last year.
72 or
Was that- it was
74
last
or
year.
some
I think
crazy
it was
shit.
last year.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, 72.
If we had a hot dog eating contest here,
In 10 minutes, how many could you eat?
That's suicide for me.
Well, I wouldn't participate because
I feel like the odds would have me at a negative. The odds would have me at a negative 1,500.
We would have to pick something else.
Well, you can't do hot dogs.
You can't even.
I just wouldn't. I really like.
I'm killing myself for this competition.
I
I'm really
couldn't.
gonna
I
kill myself.
couldn't. I really don't do hot dogs anymore, man. I
Do
really
they
couldn't.
grill them or boil them for the hot dog eating contest?
I have no idea.
They
I
have to
just
be grilled.
But even then,
Yeah.
bro, they're not. I got off hot dogs, bro. I got off hot dogs.
It's
I
not
bet
crack, Sid. I mean, we ain't like.
Dude, hot dogs take off 36 minutes off your lifespan.
Well, how is Joey Chestnut not dead?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see like the crazy
Because
ass
that's
stats?
propaganda. It's propaganda.
Like the crazy ass stats from the amount of like he ate 19,000 calories in 10 minutes.
If you wanna really get your brain psyched up, watch the sports science they did on Joey Chestnut.
Like 19
They did a sports science. Hold on, I'll watch it later. I'll watch it
Yeah.
later.
19,000 calories. That is 4.5 pounds of caloric intake from hot dogs.
Sounds like you need to get back on hot
He's
dogs.
the goat. He's the goat.
No.
What would you
So
want
I'm
to do? What would you want to do a contest of eating?
What
then?
would? Yeah.
We could do like soft shell tacos. Like the ones they sell like the ones they sell at like
Taco Bell?
yeah. Like the little like
Dog.
Listen.
That's
All of us buy a party pack and just see who eats it first?
I mean 12 is not enough.
I thought a
we-
party pack was 24.
Party pack is 12.
Even then, we could just see who eat it first.
How about okay? Well, I mean, do we want to do speed or how many we can eat? Oh yeah, I guess it's
I would
the same
rather
thing,
do
just
how many.
backwards. It's like pyramid. It's not how many you can eat. It's
Yeah, we're on a pyramid
can eat-
scheme.
yes. Okay, so we all go buy party packs, right?
Mhm.
Whoever finishes theirs last pays for the groups.
okay.
Okay. If y'all want to do that.
Speaking of which, while we're on this topic, Timo, where's our dinner?
Dude, I told you, I cooked y'all all that at the Super Bowl, right? Didn't
Do
charge
you,
that.
do you want to call your mother and tell her that?
Dude, I'd tell Melina, yeah.
Okay, sure. All right, Timo. So let's talk about how you don't watch movies.
Hold on, I thought we were going to do the
Let's talk about being
break down the NFC
lame.
North.
You don't want to say football for last? Or you want to go ahead and break down NFC North?
I was going to, yeah, we'll save my segment for last.
Okay,
We'll
okay.
break
all
down the
right, all
North.
right. So
Take back what I-
NFC
you
North.
didn't hear
the
what I said.
Here's what we're
Vikings-
doing. Here's what we're doing. Each week, or each episode, because we're doing more than once a week now. Each episode, we're going to try to break down one division, how we see it leading up into the season. That way, each team can kind of get their own spotlight. We get to talk about each team more. Instead of us, when we do power rankings, just running right past the team.
Yeah, this is called Division Dash.
Yeah.
Kind of. We don't have no graphic to put up on the screen, but just use your imagination.
Whatever that was.
Use your mind's eye.
Yeah.
But so it's the Minnesota Vikings, the Detroit Lions, the Green Bay Packers, and the Chicago Bears. Face value, I believe the Vikings are probably going to win that division.
I have Lions.
Lions. I mean, I guess I don't think their new offense is going to flow as well as their last one did.
What do you mean new?
I mean, they got. I mean, I don't mean new. Like, I know the guys coming back, but like, I don't see Jared Goff being as effective. I don't get the Jahmyr Gibbs pick at all, especially not with signing
That was so crazy.
Montgomery.
Yeah.
I don't know where Laporta fits in, if he's even going to start.
He'll start.
They got to mix in.
He'll definitely start.
They got to mix in.
They had Joey Hiccup starting at tight end.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to mix in. They got to mix in Jameson Williams. I think it's going to be
Marvin Jones Jr. too.
I just don't think it's going to have a direction. I think it's going to be very sporadic.
I mean,
and then what about?
We're going to talk about the Lions.
And then what about their defense?
Yeah,
I mean, their secondary.
Can we
They did get your guy. They got your guy.
Secondary is
Jack
really
Campbell.
good.
I know.
Yeah. So
you said what, Nolan?
Their secondary is very good.
Very good.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Brian Branch, and Cameron.
I forgot they got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, but they got a good safety duo.
Who is the other guy you named?
Cameron Sutton.
Cameron Sutton.
Cameron Sutton. He was like third string on the Steelers.
He wasn't third.
Very good secondary.
No, they got good safety.
Also,
you named me a rookie. No, didn't Jeff Okudah get traded? Because wasn't
he did get traded to
Atlanta?
He did.
Jeff Okudah isn't there anymore. Yeah,
I forgot to get
traded to Atlanta. You named me C.J. Gardner-Johnson.
My bad.
The rookie they had last year was good.
Now, granted, Brian Branch. I vouch for Brian Branch. I think he's going to be an impact player.
He'll be their nickel.
But at the same time, that does not correlate to a very good.
They need outside.
I thought Jeff Okudah was going to be there, and he was going to replicate what he did last season.
The only thing very good about that defense last year was Jeff Okudah in spurts gone and Aiden Hutchinson.
No, they also got the safety.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's his name?
But like we're talking about very good.
He was very good as a safety.
I mean, potentially, I suppose.
I mean, if you still got a third year Jeff Okudah who played, if he stays healthy and plays like he did when he was healthy last year,
he's not there.
I know. I'm saying if.
But why are we talking about if? But if he's not there,
I'm saying I'm explaining what my thought process was of why I said it was good.
Nolan, who's the corner 1 and corner 2 on their depth chart right now? Didn't you just have their depth chart?
Cam Sutton.
And who?
Cam Sutton.
So they need corners.
I can't wait for Crew to comment on this. Talk about how good Cam Sutton was last year. Like Mike didn't hate his secondary all year.
They just need outside corners and interior D line, in my opinion.
I don't know. It really just comes down to me not trusting Jared Goff. I mean, I feel like they probably come second in that division. They might tie with the Bears for second.
I feel like they're better than the Bears, though.
I mean,
they're better than the Bears on paper.
Definitely on paper, they're better than the Bears, but I think the Bears might make some noise.
So, what team we want to talk about next? That's the Lions.
Do the Bears, or the Bears or the Packers? I kind of want to talk about the Packers because they're about to have a very weird. They're about to have a really weird season.
Packers are about to be dog shit.
Did they lose Aaron Rodgers? I don't think he's there anymore.
Yeah. Eat my ass, buddy.
They're about to be dog shit.
They drafted. I mean, they're about to be tough to watch.
They're about to be terrible.
Jordan Love.
Sure. Now, if Jordan, look, I'm gonna go ahead and say this and get it out of the way. If Jordan Love starts tracking to be a Hall of Famer,
we got to investigate.
The Packers ownership just every 20 years sacrifices a lamb to the devil
for a good keeper
to have a continuous Hall of Fame quarterback.
Yeah.
Because Bart Starr, Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love. Those are all on the coattails. Aaron Rodgers got his start after 3 years behind Brett Favre and was instantly a Hall of Fame level quarterback. Jordan Love is now going to be entering his 4th season after sitting 3 years behind Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how the Bart Starr or Brett Favre planned out, but if we end up having 80 consecutive years of elite Hall of Fame level quarterback play for the Green Bay Packers,
we got to investigate.
They are definitely Illuminati, and I don't think it's close.
It's worth inspection.
But I mean, I agree that I don't think they're going to be good. Absolute maximum amount of wins, probably 7, and that's everything goes right for them with the talent they have. 7 wins. But
that's fair.
I mean, I'm talking
I
about
don't
like
understand
everything
them
goes right.
re-signing Aaron Jones for this team.
Oh, they
Yeah.
re-signed him before they lost Aaron Rodgers, didn't they?
Well, yeah, but like it was already kind of people knew Aaron Rodgers weren't coming.
I mean, maybe they
Everybody
thought
assumed it again, true.
that would get him to stay.
But even then, I mean, but then you go Luke Van Ness at 13.
I like Van Ness, but I don't know if he'd have been my pick at 13.
At 13, when you're, for one, trying to fight to keep your quarterback, and two, you don't really need an edge. You don't really need an edge that bad.
Then. Aaron Rodgers was gone by then.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was, because they swapped first with the Jets. The Jets jumped.
Oh, that, yeah. Wait.
Yes. The Jets jumped to 13 and the Packers fell to 15.
Okay, that was like right before the draft. Either way,
So
they didn't have to know that either.
Vikings or Bears?
Let's go ahead and go Bears.
All right, the Bears. They had a busy offseason.
Very busy. Very good offseason.
Traded with the Panthers for the one pick.
Mm-hmm.
Moved back and took the worst tackle prospect since Cam Irving.
Yeah.
Nolan.
Yep.
And Darnell Wright.
I just want to be on the record that I don't actually think he's that bad. I just was uninformed.
Insane thing to admit.
Peter Skronzi is not a tackle though. He won't play tackle.
I would have bought completely into the fact that Darnell Wright is trash before I admit I was uninformed.
Yeah, I would have ran with the bit.
I would have been the biggest Darnell Wright hater on planet Earth before I admit I was uninformed.
Don't worry, I'll do it for Peter Skronzi. Peter Skronzi is not going to be a good tackle.
But Nolan, it's just insane to admit when we say on the pod the week before when we were doing draft breakdowns, we're like, all right, we're doing this next week, and you had a week to.
But it was also 10 guys.
Yeah, 10 was a lot.
I was in school.
But anyways, yeah, I don't know if you like Sid said, I don't know if gun to my head if I would have said I just didn't know about the guy that went number 10 in the draft.
I'd rather just say, oh, I didn't know who he was than be.
I mean, I appreciate that.
Imagine him. He comes out like a Hall of Fame tackle, first year. Yeah, I'm not living that down.
I mean, like Sid said, though, you can just run with the bit and be the biggest hater of.
Yeah, you'd live that down way faster than you would live down saying I'm uninformed on a sports podcast. That's all about information.
I mean, I don't know if people are all about information. We're all about information here.
Let's talk about who's the most uninformed out of the three of us.
I mean, why are we bashing at this point?
We broke the Dalvin Cook news weeks in advance. It might become months in advance.
Yeah.
This man had contract details to the fucking dollar.
To the T. Yeah. I come into the pod because I came and sat down and
he had his incentives. If he gets a 1,200-yard rushing season, it's an extra $550K. Super Bowl MVP's a mill. We're talking about a generational level fight. Like he is Raven from That's So Raven.
It still could happen.
If
Dalvin Cook signs for 48 over 4. Nolan will look like the biggest fucking genius ever. And what's crazy is after we got done recording and I was like, yo, the sign is not confirmed. What the fuck, Nolan? He could not find the fucking report that he saw. Yeah. He could not. It
was already gone. It was already gone.
It was deleted. Days. He couldn't find it for shit.
It was deleted.
No, it wasn't even a good account like Butt Crack Sports or NBA like the Central. It's spelled with an A.
And it was
some foo-foo back alley off the wall ass fake account.
Jim Bob Cooter Stan account.
Yeah.
That busted Nolan's ass.
Dude, I know. I pray he signs for it because so much. I mean, we could literally say we had it first.
Tweet. It read like a Woj tweet, bro.
We could really say we had it first months ago. Yeah. Like Dalvin had barely even been cut yet.
Dude, like we can clip that out. Be like, yo, we had the inside scoop. We were talking to Dalvin.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, it'll be generational. If Nolan, I mean,
even if he signs to the Miami Dolphins,
yeah, I don't care if it's even for 48 over 4.
But if he goes for 48 over, well, first off, I hope he doesn't go for 48 over 4. But if he does go to 48 over 4, that would be maybe the funniest moment in the history of this podcast.
Oh, yeah. Without a doubt.
Without a doubt.
Now,
that motherfucker is not real.
That video is nuts. I don't want to sound crazy right now, but that motherfucker is not real.
And apparently it was just a dude in a hoodie. Just sitting there playing like
drugs are bad, kids. Stay off drugs.
Especially in public on planes.
Man, that was good. Are we still talking about the Bears?
Yeah, we haven't even started.
Really. Oh, we haven't even started on the Bears. No, we did.
We said Darnell Wright. We said Darnell Wright.
Yeah, they took Darnell Wright. Okay.
Look, man, it's the Bears. The Bears.
They get DJ Moore.
They get DJ Moore. Very fun. They
finally now hold on. I'll say one thing about the Bears. If the Bears beat the Packers this year,
okay. Finish that thought.
I'm not gonna lie, I lost it. But Jordan Love was shit talking the Bears like he was the one shitting down their necks.
Wished them a happy Father's Day.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts. I like that. Like Twitter is gonna go insane that day if the fucking Bears.
Yeah,
it's gonna be bad luck for Jordan Love.
Claypool, Mooney, and Moore is a solid trio. It's solid. I ain't gonna say it's world beating, but it's solid.
It's better than the Panthers wide receivers.
I mean, they took our wide receiver. But
I don't know, man. The Bears, like, it's very, like, I feel like the Bears are going to be that team that you don't want to play because you could lose to them.
Bears have a beef going on right now on Twitter, like fans. Just because it's
Panthers. I think that's a Panther fan thing because had beef with the Bills for a while because the Buffalo Panthers or whatever the fuck.
No, that was like years ago. That was when Sean McDermott became the coach. It weren't really beef. It was just they literally. I mean,
but that's what I'm saying. Y'all like Panthers fans get salty over the weirdest shit.
Hold on, no, because
let's talk about it. Let's hold up. Let's talk about it.
Okay, so Sean McDermott, literally the year Sean McDermott became their head coach.
I mean, look, if it wasn't a problem, I don't know why you sound so pressed.
No, it's not a problem. I'm just confronting the said beef.
But that's what I'm saying. If it's not a problem, then why is it beef? You're literally calling it beef.
No, I'm explaining the fan bases. The years back with the whole Buffalo.
Yes, I remember the whole Buffalo Panthers thing. I know it was a long time ago. What I'm saying is like, you're clearly upset about it.
No, I'm upset about you saying it's a Panthers thing.
I mean, there's common denominators, Timo. You have to look at patterns.
It's two beefs.
History repeats itself. Yeah, exactly. Does history not repeat itself?
It was more so Bears fans.
The fact that you're getting so defensive right now is proving my point.
I mean, I don't know what we're trying to say about me and Panthers fans right now.
So hard to keep it in, man.
I'm sitting in my head like, bro, is tweaking. Like,
I was trying to press him as hard as I could, and it was that dumbass smirk with that stupid fucking Hitler stash got me. Bro.
Whoa, Hitler!
He's talking about me.
Oh
no, I was actually talking about Timo.
Oh, they're talking about me because I'm sitting like
the beard will be back in soon.
Yeah, I'm not stashing up. There's no way.
Couldn't paint the stash. If you lose the fantasy league, that's what you gotta do. You gotta shave.
We're gonna come up.
I don't even know if I'm in the
fantasy league punishment. You gotta
fantasy.
So here's the one Nolan hit me with earlier. So it's
hold on. I'm also selling the fact Sid claiming a co-title. There's no co-title here.
Oh, there's a co-title. We split the money as co-title. We split the money as a co-title. We split the money as a co-title. We split the money as a co-title. So neither did Lucas. Neither did Lucas. That's all I'm saying.
50-50.
Well, I mean, okay, but then I took home 40% of a title. The title is still split. I don't care.
No, the money to begin with. Hold on.
I don't care.
The money to begin with was going to be 70-30.
Yeah, no chips. No chips.
No, Lucas is our.
You're chipless.
No,
I'm not chipless.
I can't tell.
Okay.
I can't tell because the prize money that went to the winner got split. So there's co-winners.
It was 10% taken off because DeMar Hamlin almost died.
No, that's not what happened. What happened is that I wasn't able to get my players to finish out their game.
And why couldn't they finish their game, Sid?
And why couldn't they finish the game?
We don't know what could have happened in the second half. Is all I'm saying.
No, but why didn't the game finish?
Yeah.
Why didn't they play the game?
Because DeMar Hamlin.
That's what I said.
That's what he just said.
But what I'm saying is that it is impossible for you to know that Joe Mixon would not have popped off in the second half. That's all I'm saying.
He had to make 30 points up.
And so by default,
listeners, I swear to God, this is the worst. This is the worst guy to have an argument with because he comes up with this shit like.
Sid, you sound Canadian.
It's because I don't lose.
Sid, you sound Canadian.
No, Canadians are okay with losing or tying. It's not a tie.
That's what you're trying to do. You're calling it a tie for the championship.
We tied.
It's co-title by default.
It's a tie. That's a tie.
We have no choice. We didn't choose the tie. It was an accident.
But you're accepting it. I would just be like, yeah,
I'm not accepting it. I'm accepting the fact that I've got more titles than you by default.
You don't. I have one, and at most, you're trying to claim you have.
We started taking it serious, or are you talking about the ones we used to play years ago?
You said you got 40% of a title,
which would have been.
And that's 30. More than you, Buck. You were almost in a Waffle House. I don't want to hear it from you.
Okay. Don't even get me started on the Waffle House shit.
He was this close. He was this fucking
dude. I would go to jail. I would go to jail. I would go to jail for what I said in that group chat. I would go to jail for what I said in that group chat.
I haven't pulled for Nate harder. Like I was pulling so hard for Nate.
Yeah, because y'all decided to fuck me over.
Hey, who's y'all? Who's y'all?
I do want to thank.
I was your homie in that. Was I not? I was your homie in that.
Sid was on my side. The rest of you motherfuckers down there.
You're pointing the wrong way, dumbass.
I'm pointing down.
I'm not up.
You pointed the wrong way. You pointed the wrong way when you pointed at me. Yeah, there you go.
He didn't do it. You did it.
No, Timo was instigating though.
I really was.
What was it? Was it Kobe and Lucas?
No, granted, Nolan semi did it to himself because Nolan was like, "Oh, I could definitely do that in like 2 hours."
Yeah, Nolan. I had to see it. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
What else are we talking about with the Bears? Are we done with the Bears?
I guess.
No, we didn't even go through it. We didn't go through everything they got.
We talked about
because they also
fuck the Bears. Let's talk about the Vikings.
Robert, dude,
I'm on board with it.
Justin Jefferson. Let's move on.
Yeah.
Any objections?
Carry that offense.
Which wide receiver did they draft?
Jordan Addison.
There you go. Slot machine.
They did lose that one.
They traded. They did trade Zadarius Smith.
They traded Zadarius Smith.
Their defense is going to be bad. So.
They're talking about trading Daniel Hunter.
Yeah, their defense is going to be bad, but you got to pick to win the division.
Yeah, because Kirk Cousins is consistent in the fact that he doesn't turn the ball over, and I feel like that's going to win you games against the Bears and the Packers. Just not turning the ball over.
Don't have any primetime games.
I mean, they might get stomped out by the Lions in one of the games, but at the same time, if they can win more games against other teams than the Lions can, then they're going to win the division. It doesn't matter.
The Packers still have the best defense in that division?
I doubt it.
I mean, those defenses.
I think it might.
It's either the Packers or Lions.
I think it might be the Bears.
I'd say the Bears.
I think it might be the Bears.
But it's close. It's close. They're not like I don't think any of them are like top tier.
Because having a good secondary.
I'm not calling any of those defenses.
None of them are elite. But I have to evaluate it that the Bears bolstered their interior linebacker core and they have the best secondary out of the four, and I feel like that is more important than having.
The Vikings did also add. The Vikings
might be the Bears.
Because the Vikings are talking about trading Danielle Hunter.
Because I forget they signed 2 middle linebackers.
Yeah, I think it's the Bears. I think the Bears have the best defense, and there's no telling what that offense can do under Justin Fields if they play their cards right. So,
but the Vikings did also add. They also got Byron Murphy, Dean Lowry, and Marcus Davenport. So they did add a little bit to that defense.
Who's Dean Lowry?
He's from the Packers. He's not bad. He's not great, but he's not.
Now that I'm thinking about it, Nolan knows who Dean Lowry is, who I've never heard of in my life. Braden Fajoko, who apparently is a nice guy in the NFL.
He is.
Who would let date his daughter.
But didn't know Darnell Wright. Was uninformed on Darnell Wright.
Oh, I'm sorry. I knew the actual NFL players before I knew the 10th best tackle that I could find.
So now you went from calling him the 10th best lineman to the 10th best tackle.
Shot in the dark. I didn't know who he was.
All right.
But all right. So let's get.
I only know who Dean Lowry is
Movie time
because of Madden.
So Timo, what is the one movie that you'd say you would say you haven't seen that everybody always has a problem with? We'll start with the most.
I can answer.
Just name me some movies, and I'll tell you if I have or haven't seen it.
Interstellar.
Never seen it.
Crazy.
But that's not like a.
Name me some common.
That's a humongous movie. What are you talking about?
Okay, we got to think about like blockbuster.
Yeah.
Like movies that everybody has seen.
Everybody has seen.
I assume you've seen Remember the Titans.
Yes, seen Remember that.
Yeah.
If you want me to be honest, I've never sat down and fully watched Avengers Endgame. Never have.
Well, I mean, you got to really be tied in to really understand what's going on. And
I mean, I love the superhero movies like that.
But I'm saying, like, you have to actually, because like
I will say not seeing Endgame is a
little like to get to Infinity War and Endgame, you have to like understand what was pieced together through 23 movies.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you don't have to see every single one.
You don't, but like you have to understand what's going on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or else you're just watching a movie.
Gotta say, my pick right now is killing it. Julio's hit over 30 yaks.
That's fire. So, all right. So, Nate, just what is one movie that gets like the craziest reaction that you've never seen?
That's what I'm saying. You'd have to tell me a movie, and I will literally just tell you if I've seen it.
No. I'm talking about like when you talk to other people. Like, what is one movie where somebody's like, "How have you not seen blah blah blah"?
Interstellar.
Blah?
Interstellar's on that list.
Okay.
Endgame.
I don't know. Okay, I haven't seen that either. Name me like big box office.
I don't want to start with something in the middle though.
Yeah, name me some big box office.
Avatar. Have you seen Avatar?
The blue people?
Yeah.
No.
But like I hadn't watched Avatar until the second.
It also came out when we were like 8,
9. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like we have to think of something that's like iconic that he hasn't seen. Have you seen the original White Men Can't Jump?
No. Hold on, let's look up.
To be fair, I haven't watched all of it.
Biggest box office.
I mean, Avatar. Avatar
has the biggest box office ever. I think. All right. Well, no, Endgame might have passed it. You haven't seen either one, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't think you should start with Endgame though. You have to at least piece together the major plot holes.
Okay, so you just. I mean, they have them in order. They have them in order on Disney Plus. So if you ever want to take the time to do that, brother,
they don't have all 23 movies though.
Yeah, they do.
Not on Disney Plus.
All right. Top lifetime grossing. I haven't seen Avatar. I haven't seen Avengers Endgame. I haven't seen. I've seen the Titanic.
Okay.
I've not watched any of the
Titanic.
I've not watched any of the Star Wars movies.
I've only seen the first one.
Insane.
Not seen
both of you insane.
I've not seen Avengers Infinity War. I've not seen Spider-Man No Way Home.
Insane.
No,
you said you did.
No Way Home?
Yeah, that's the one with all 3 of them.
Yeah, never seen it.
You said you saw when Batman came out. You were like, because you were talking about Batman, because we went and saw it that night, and you were like, yeah, this is definitely better than No Way Home. That's what you said.
Haven't seen it.
Crazy. So you made the statement about Batman.
Hold on. First of all, never seen. I don't want to watch it. So if y'all tell me to watch it, I'm not watching the Fast and Furious movies. Not gonna do it.
Why?
What?
I'm not gonna.
You gotta watch at least. You gotta watch the first one.
I've seen the first one. I'm not watching like number 10.
Oh
no,
I get that.
I'm not gonna recommend anything past 4. But you have got to watch the first 4.
Except for the one with Brian Shaw.
Never seen anything Harry Potter.
That's crazy.
I honestly didn't go see Black Panther.
I was forced to watch Harry Potter. I hate Harry Potter.
Really?
I didn't see Black Panther.
Yes.
He was not forced to watch it. I was on a Harry Potter spree, and
No, dumbass. As a kid,
Never seen anything Lord of the Rings.
I haven't either. I was never really into that.
We gotta talk about movies. Though. Movies, like
that's
we're
what
talking about
I'm
movies. We're
literally
talking about
I'm
movies.
scrolling through boxofficemojo.com and reading down the list.
Have you seen Die Hard, Terminator?
No.
Christ.
Okay. Have you seen any of the John Wicks?
Nope.
Okay,
Oh
we're starting with
my
John
God.
Wicks. John Wick 1 and 2 are on Netflix.
I watched the first
Isn't
one. I'll tell you what I
Isn't
think.
3? Didn't they put 3 on there?
No.
Okay.
3's still not on Netflix.
So my
Go
homework
watch
for this week is
John Wick 1. John Wick 1 and 2.
Okay, I'm not giving you. You got to take this step by step.
Dude, it's a
you
series.
got time for 2 movies. You got time for 2
You got
movies.
time for 2 movies.
Two movies in 1 week.
The only reason why I said 2 is because they're easily accessible, and there's 4 out. You're only watching half the series. John Wick 1 and 2.
Okay. Just tell Lauren, look,
Piss off.
gotta watch it. We gotta watch it.
I'm trying to think. Big box office type hits.
We've given me my homework. Y'all
Yeah,
can
John Wick 1 and 2.
Yeah.
I'm saying
We'll-
I'm still going down the list.
We'll think of movies for next week.
Yeah. Y'all come with movies for next week. I'll tell y'all what I think next week about John Wick.
Oh, right. I hate making a prospect list, but I'll do this list. I will kill the shit out of this list. It's gonna have 20 movies.
All right. If you've made it to this point in the podcast, we'd like to thank you. I think that was an hour of 11 of good content.
Hour 11.
I think it was all right.
Solid.
A lot of baseball.
There's a good amount of baseball.
It's the only thing.
Next
really
episode should be out Saturday, for those wondering, which is my birthday.
Should be.
Shout out, Sid.
Yeah. He's old as shit.
Deuce. Pocket rocket. Bow. Emmitt Smith. Waiting on you, Timmy.
All right. If you made it to this point in the podcast, we'd like to thank you for tuning in. And with all that being said,
What the fuck?
what? I'm thinking our viewers. They hang around to an hour 11. I can't tell them thank you.
Dude was quiet for 40 seconds, and then it was like, all right, bye.
What'd you want out of me?
Go ahead.
Is this not what I usually do?
Go ahead. No, you're good. Good.
All right. If you made it to this point in the podcast, I'd like to say thank you for sticking around. And all that being said, peace.